Hey, and welcome to Coffee with My Sunshine. I hope you're all doing well. And today's video is going to be another DIY. It's going to be a farmhouse style decor tray. And actually I had two ideas, so I decided to make two different ones. So if you would like to see how these turned out and possibly make one yourself, please keep watching. So I had promised I would do another farmhouse style decor tray. I had done one last week. If you would like to see that, I will link that up above. But I wanted to do one that didn't require, I guess, pieces of wood. And actually, both of these trays that I'm making today, most of the items are from the Dollar Tree, so they're fairly easy to do and inexpensive. For the first one, we're going to start off with two of the 8x10 Dollar Tree frames, and we're going to pop out the insides, including the glass. And they didn't have black frames at the Dollar Tree that I was at, so I just got the gold ones, and I thought I would use a little bit of chalkboard paint to paint over. And it took 2 coats, and some of the gold still showed through, but I was fine with that because I didn't want it to be perfect. So then in one of the frames, you're going to want to remove those little tabs that hold the glass in. And for this, I used a good amount of E6000 glue because I was going to put the glass back in because we're going to need that for later. And then I used a little bit of hot glue as well, and then put another layer on top of that. But be careful with the amount of glue that you put on because you don't want it to squish out beyond the frame because you don't want to see it from the top. And then we're going to add the second sheet of glass on top of that just so it's a little bit sturdier. And this rope, this nautical rope, is also from the Dollar Tree. And I had an idea of how I wanted it to look, so I started to glue that. But as I did, I noticed that the sides of the rope where I was looping it was going to be a lot thicker than the middle, so I didn't think that was going to work out. So I took it apart and then started over and just started wrapping it around the edges in kind of like a square. So because the top part of this tray that we're going to add, the one with the glass, sits a little bit above the rope, there's going to be a gap. So you could add things like little pieces of greenery or shells, or maybe even a picture or a saying or something. It would be really cute if you could do that. But I'm just going to leave mine plain and then just glue the second frame on top of this with a good amount of E6000 and hot glue. Now I had already had these handles from my father-in-law, but you could get some at probably your local hardware store or Home Depot. If you have a Habitat for Humanity around, I know they usually have like a bin full, and they're older, like an older style like these are. And this tray I wasn't going to necessarily be carrying around by the handles, so I just used glue and attached them. And I really love how this turned out. I like that the frame is kind of rustic-y looking and black. And like I said, some of the gold shows through, which I think kind of goes with the look that I was going for. But I really like how the rope looks underneath the glass. I think it's kind of cool. So for the second tray, I just got 2 of the pizza pans from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take them and put one upside down and then put a bunch, like a good amount of E6000 glue on top of that one, flip the other one on top of it, and then you're going to want to press down really good. And I had set some really heavy things on top of it for quite a while. I think it says it needs 24 hours to dry. And I forgot to film the part where I took some wax paper and set it inside the circle pizza pan and traced right around the inside edge, because we're going to need that for the faux wood pieces. And this is actually just vinyl plank flooring underneath here, just 2 strips of it, which is really, really cheap. You can get it at Lowe's or whatever, and it's already sticky on the bottom. Or you could go ahead and just use the what is it called, the contact paper stuff that you can get at Dollar Tree or any of your craft stores that look like wood or whatever texture you would like on the bottom of your tray. So my husband is helping me out here because I hate using X-Actos, and he's taking the outline that I traced onto the wax paper and cutting through to the vinyl plank flooring. And then we're just going to test fit it here and make sure it fits pretty good. And it doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to put a twine edging right around the edge. And then I thought it would look really cool with a big chunky nautical rope around it. So I am testing that out too, so I know where to cut it. And these are another set of handles that my father-in-law had. And I'm not sure why they're green, but I'm going to leave them green for now just to see if I like them. If not, I'll probably paint them with a white chalk paint. And again, my husband is helping me out here. And just like the other tray, if you don't care to carry it around by the handles, you can just go ahead and glue them with the E6000 and hot glue just for looks. Or if you do want to carry it around, you're going to want to drill them like this. And you could probably just use screws, but my husband's going to drill holes, and then we're going to use, I don't know if it's a rivet gun or whatever, but we're going to use the pop rivets to hold it on. So I borrowed this hot glue gun from my husband's work, and I didn't realize it was so much hotter than mine gets, and I actually blistered my finger right here. So after that, I was a little bit glue gun shy, so my husband was helping me out here by holding the rope while I glued it in. And then after you get it hot glued in, I just flipped it over just for extra, I guess, staying power. I added some of the E6000 kind of in the cracks of the rope and the pizza pan. And just to cover up any jaggedy edges that we may have had from cutting the vinyl plank flooring, I'm just going to take some of this twine and glue it in as a little border. So I'm actually really happy with how this turned out, because just taking some strange items and putting them together, I guess, to make a tray, I think it's really cute. And I love how this vinyl plank flooring actually looks like wood. The rope just kind of gives it a little bit of farmhouse nautical feel, I guess. And these flooring pieces, which I think is awesome, they're actually waterproof, so you could set, you know, like glasses of water or whatever on here and not worry about it if they spilled. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed these 2 DIY trays. And if you have any suggestions or ideas, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you're new here, I hope you like what you saw and subscribe, and I would love for you to say hi down in the comment section. And for anybody who keeps returning to watch my videos, I want to thank you so much. And I will have a video coming out on Friday, which is going to be a little bit different, so you get a break from all these DIYs. And I'll see you next time. Bye!